You want to learn how to build long-lasting foundational wealth? I'm going to show you 4 ways that we are able to benefit weekly, monthly, yearly, and grow that long-lasting generational wealth for our family using rental real estate. Here we go. Hey, welcome back to REI Simplified. I'm your host, Adam Johnson, where we break down complex real estate situations and scenarios for people like me and you, the beginning investors. Today we're talking about the 4 benefits of owning rental real estate and how they can help build your wealth, and not just help you be wealthy today, but to build that generational wealth for years and years and years to come. So if you watch my videos, you'll see I talk a lot about passive income, and to me that's the most important part of buying rental real estate. I want to be able to sit at home, not trade my time for money, and have that passive income coming in every single month, year after year, so I don't have to work every day the rest of my life. So I'll give you an example today using one of our properties we purchased a few years ago. I'm going to show you how the income breaks down, how the tax benefits work, amongst other things. So here we go. First thing first, most important is passive income. Here's how this works out. So every time we buy a house, we're looking to make a minimum of $300 of passive income per month. That equals $3,600 per year of passive income. That's net. That's not, we're still paying people. That's after we pay the mortgage, the taxes, the insurance, the principal, any fees, HOA, and all that kind of stuff combined. We want to still profit a minimum of $300. So year after year, here's how this compounds. Us, in our market, we raise our rents about 3% every year. If your market allows that to raise even more, I'd recommend doing that. But every year we raise our rent about 3%. So if we're making $3,600 on the first year that we own this property, we add 3% to that the next year, and now we're going to make $3,708. We're going to add about 3% to that, and you can see how this starts to snowball and become more and more profitable year after year. That's how the beauty of passive income and raising your rents every year is beneficial to you, the homeowner. The second benefit we'll cover with rental real estate is the tax depreciation year after year on that property. Here's how this works. So our example today is we have a home worth $200,000. Now the IRS says that they will depreciate the asset on that land, and only the asset, over 27 and a half years. That means they're taking the home itself and saying in 27 and a half years, it'll be worth $0. But they do not depreciate the value of the land. So for this example, we're gonna say that the home we purchased was $200,000, including the land. We're gonna say that the land was worth about $30,000. So now we have an asset on day one worth about $170,000 minus the land. The IRS will say $170,000 divided by 27.5 years, which will give us $6,181. Now, what does that number mean? That means that I am losing, in the eyes of the IRS, $6,181 every year just to own this property. That's how they see it. Okay, but we did talk about that I'm making passive income. So why is that important? Here's how this works. If I make $3,600, but I lose on paper $6,181, I'm negative on that property. That means I will not pay taxes on the income of this $3,600. Now, until this number surpasses this number of depreciation, I will never, ever, ever pay taxes on the income of that property. Now, what happens once this number does pass the tax depreciation? I can simply refinance the home. The IRS will see that as a new transaction, and then that will reset the 27 and a half years we have on that property. Very beneficial to own real estate for that reason alone. The third benefit we'll talk about today is the mortgage principal paydown that is happening every single month, every single year on these properties. As I said before, we have tenants, so we're not making this mortgage payment directly. What's happening is our tenants are paying us. We're taking the money that they pay us. We're then forwarding that to the mortgage company, and we're keeping a surplus, as I said before, at least $300 for each property. Okay, so here's how this works. Every year, you're gonna have less and less principal, obviously, and you're gonna see that amount snowballs and gets more and more every year. For example, we have a house we bought for $200,000. After the first year, we're gonna say that we paid off only $3,500, which gives us $196,500 still owed on that principal. Okay, again, our tenants are paying this, not us. The next year it's going to be a little bit more pay down, the next year, and so on and so forth. So, towards the end, 10 years down the road, that number is going to be, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a year of pay down on our mortgage. Again, we're not making that payment, but we're benefiting off that pay down. That's a very nice way to build that wealth, by having other people pay down your mortgage, your debt. The fourth benefit we'll talk about is the appreciation of the asset. We talked about depreciation in the eyes of the IRS. Let's talk about appreciation in the eyes of the local market. Now, I think the American average is about 3% appreciation every year. What that means is, if you bought a house for $100,000 today, theoretically in 1 year it'd be worth $103,000. Okay, so for this example, we're using the home we bought a few years ago for $200,000. Okay. We're gonna say, theoretically, the year after we bought the home, it went up 3% increase in appreciation. Now it's worth $206,000. So on and so forth. The next year, 3% added on to this 206 is now $212,180 plus 3%, 218,545, and you see how that snowballs. Now let's talk about the relationship between the asset being paid down by our tenants and the asset appreciating because of our market. This is a beautiful thing. It's called equity. Equity can be positive or negative. Equity is the amount owed versus the amount the asset is valued at. In this case, we have positive equity. Here's how it goes. The first year we bought this home, we owed $200,000 on it, and it was worth about $200,000. That's what we bought it for, top dollar value. Now, after a year, our tenants paid down the mortgage, but the house becomes more valuable. Year after year, this trend continues, and we see a larger amount of equity. In this case, $23,000 worth of equity. Now, this is on a 4-year scale. Think about this 6 or 7 years from now, and you think about this formula, these mechanics on 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 houses. You can see how year after year, where our property and our businesses is becoming more valuable, is worth more, it has more total appreciation, total net worth. There's just so many great things about owning residential real estate, and you don't have to have 1,000 homes to be financially free and to build that wealth. You can do this with 10 or 15 houses, and I can show you, check out my other videos on how to buy these homes with no money. So that was it. I gave you guys 4 benefits of residential real estate. I'm gonna give you a bonus today. Here's your bonus. With most businesses, especially with real estate, you have many tax write-offs. Now, please go consult with your CPA as far as what can be considered tax write-offs. I will tell you this, as a real estate investor, anywhere I go in the world, there's land, there's businesses, there's properties, there's apartments, anywhere I go, if I plan accordingly, I can use that travel and use that time as a tax write-off to use the business to pay for that and go on site to talk to realtors, talk to bankers, investors, Airbnb hosts and that kind of stuff. You just have to have a great CPA that can help you plan ahead to do things the right way. So that's it today, guys. This is why I highly recommend you guys getting into residential real estate, buy some properties, have some tenants, grow your wealth, live happily ever after. My name is Adam Johnson. I'm the host of REI Simplified and the creator. If I can help you guys buy some houses, shoot me a message. It's been my pleasure. Until the next time, we'll see you later.